Amity High School Library presents Academic Integrity. So, what is academic integrity? Integrity means being honest and living up to moral and ethical principles. Ignorance is not a defense for failing to uphold the standards of academic integrity. Be honest at all times and do your own work. Cheating is a violation of academic integrity. Cheating describes any action that allows you or anyone else to be credited for work, time, or results that could not have been attained individually and or within established guidelines. Examples of cheating are taking or copying work, test questions, or answers, and yes, that includes homework, allowing someone else to take your work, test questions, or answers, taking an exam, doing work, or attending something in another person's name, allowing another person to take an exam, do work, or attend something in your name. Cheating is also changing answers after they are submitted or working beyond time given. Falsifying information is also a violation of academic integrity. Examples of this would be forgery, changing information you take from someone else or have developed yourself, or misrepresenting the truth or facts you presented. Plagiarism. According to the Amity Handbook, plagiarism is defined as taking ideas or writing from another person, regardless of the source, and offering those ideas as your own. Credit should always be given to the person who created the articles or the idea. The student who leads reader to believe that what they are reading is the student's original work, when it is not, is guilty of plagiarism. This includes information gained off the internet. So how can you avoid plagiarizing? Make sure you are paraphrasing. Remember what that means? When you are taking notes, put everything in your own words. If you want to copy something word for word, you must cite your source. Ideas as well. Remember, it's important to keep a list of your sources as you are doing the research. That way, you won't forget where you got the information from. Cite, cite, cite your sources. Pay attention to the directions of your teachers regarding how to do this. Ask your friendly librarians for help. Remember, research is one of our areas of expertise, so don't be afraid to ask. Words of warning. Plagiarism has significant consequences. See the Amity Handbook for specific information. Recycled work. This is something that some people wouldn't consider a form of cheating or academic dishonesty, but it is. Let's say you wrote an argument essay on gun control your freshman year in high school. Your junior year English teacher assigns an argument essay and you get to pick the topic. Can you reuse your freshman year assignment? The answer is no. Even if you make changes to the original essay, all work must be original. New class means new assignments and work from you. Copyright is a complicated subject because there are exceptions to the rule. The following clip has been put together by Common Sense Media. It clearly defines what copyright is, as well as fair use.
In today's digital world, it's easier than ever to copy, paste, mash up, remix, download, and publish content. People's writing, artwork, videos, and images can be inspiring, but they're also easy to take without thinking twice. When people treat the internet like a free-for-all, legal and ethical situations can arise. That's why it's important to know about copyright and fair use. It would help you give and receive credit where credit is due. So what's a copyright? Copyright law protects your control over the creative work you make. It requires people to get your permission before they copy, rework, or share what you make. Most things that you find, download, and copy and paste from the internet are copyrighted. That doesn't mean that everything online is on lockdown and can't be used. It can, as long as you check who owns it, get permission to use it, give credit to the creator, buy it if necessary, and use it responsibly, then you're not stealing. Now, there are times when you can use a small part of someone else's copyrighted work without permission or paying a fee. This is called fair use. Fair use only applies when using content in certain instances: schoolwork and education, news reporting, criticizing or commenting, and comedy or parody. Specific guidelines, what we call the 4 points of fair use, must also be followed. First, you can only use a small amount of the work. Second, you have to add new meaning to the work to make it original. Third, you need to rework it and use it in a totally different way. Finally, you have to use it for nonprofit purposes. In other words, you can't make money off of your new creation. No matter what, it's a good idea to give credit to the creator of the work you use. It's just a sign of respect. So what should you do if you find something online that you want to use? As a rule of thumb, check who owns it, get permission to use it, give credit to the creator, buy it if necessary, and use it responsibly, which means judging for fair use. You're a creator, innovator, and inspirer. Think twice about your rights and responsibilities in our online culture, and then pay it forward.
Scenarios. Let's practice what you've learned. Scenario number 1. You are writing a paper for your world history class. While researching the topic, you find information in different sources. You take notes and even copy a few sections of your readings word for word. Later, as you begin writing your essay, you realize that you forgot to write down some of the sources. You do your best to use citations while guessing the appropriate book used and the forgotten websites and page information, but you fail to cite everything. Is this acceptable or unacceptable? Put your thumbs up if you feel that this was acceptable to do, thumbs down if you feel this was unacceptable. If you have thumbs down, you're correct. You cannot cite information if you are unsure of where you got it from, nor can you simply guess page numbers from a book. It is important to recognize the appropriate author of each source in order to maintain academic integrity and respect the hard work of scholars who have provided you with valuable information. In this instance, if you fail to cite your sources appropriately, you are guilty of plagiarism. Life is incredibly hectic right now. You have volleyball practice and games all week long. You have a lab report due, tests in math and social studies, and an essay due in English class on Romeo and Juliet. Luckily, you already wrote an essay on that book for a theater class. You'd really like to reuse that essay. But you know this will be a violation of the academic integrity policy. You ultimately decide to suck it up and write a brand new essay. Did you make the right choice? Of course you did. Yes, often school and life can get overwhelming, but it is never okay to reuse work. As Heidi Klum and Tim Gunn from Project Runway would say, make it work. You have been given an assignment to make a personal website. You love snowboarding and want to put some snowboarding pictures on your site. Only problem, you don't have any good pictures of yourself. So you search for snowboarding images on Google and you find lots you want to use. You download a few of them and use them on your personal website. Although you are tempted to try and impress other students by passing the pictures off as your own, you have a strong conscience, and under each picture, you cite the source of the image to give credit to the owner. From what you have learned about copyright law, is this acceptable? Put your thumbs up if you feel this was acceptable to do, thumbs down if you feel this was unacceptable. The answer is a bit mixed on this one. You are not violating copyright because you are attributing the images to the owner. You did not take the pictures, and you weren't claiming them as your own. However, it is always in the best interest if you ask the owner of the pictures for permission to use them. Here are my last words of advice. If you're not sure about something, ask. Who can you ask? A teacher? Or, as I stated before, your friendly librarians. It never hurts to ask, especially with something as important as academic integrity. For more information, visit the Amity High School Library website.